What's going on, guys? My bad. Just updating everything. Turned on the stream, make sure I have everything set up correctly. So we're gonna continue with the charts. Um, Something I want you guys to be aware of, right? Today, Thursday, I'm not gonna be trading. I'm not gonna be trading any trades that already completed their moves. So, for example, Euro USD, I'll be looking at this, right? Because we're looking for a pullback into this zone to then look for buys going in from here to continue. Right? We had drop, 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 rise on Euro USD. Even though we were in a overall uptrend, I'm still gonna focus on this fourth day variation due to the fact that we still need to cover this 30-minute gap and we're trapped between this range, right? From literally from the top to the bottom. So with that being said, right now what I can see on Euro USD, price is consolidating, right? So we already know that we're looking for either a type 1, type 2, or type 3 pattern. In this case, right, Euro USD, I'm expecting either a type 2 or a type 3 pattern to happen, which is consolidate, breakout, retest to continue going down, or consolidate, breakout, come back halfway through the to the range, right? Retest somewhere up here to then go down. So that's what I'm looking for in Euro USD. And AU, I'm just keeping it on for now, right? We have a 30-minute zone. We have 3 days of previous drop after 3 days, and it's clean 3 days. After 3 days, I'm looking for price to give us a no net or give us a rise. Right, in this case, right now, we still have the low of the day, and we have a high of the day that was set. Right, so right now we have to wait and see, does price want to just break the low of the day, or does it want to break the high of the day? Pretty much we're going to be trading this the same way we traded yesterday, right? Which is just being patient, wanting to see if price is going to break below or if price is going to break above. GJ, so GJ was perfect, right? GJ was perfect. It didn't go into my zone, so this I wouldn't have even been able to get a entry until the break of the high. So as you can see, it made the game plan already for GJ. So GJ, we're just gonna skip it. I already made the move. Something else I want to take in consideration too. Give me 1 second. Gotta remember not to forget to do this. Right, GU. GU played out perfectly. It went down into the zone, then retested and continued to go up. There's another one that today we had drop, drop, drop. So today we were expecting either a no net or a rise, and that's exactly what we're getting. And GU is the best one, right? Because GU, we knew that this is our 4-hour zone. We had a breakout. We're looking for that retest somewhere in the zone, and that's exactly what we got. Once we got the retest, we just continue to trend up. This is the retest of the zone. We continue going. GU already did what I had to do, so we're taking it off. Oh man, I'm a little tired still. After I do this real quick, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, so give me like an extra couple minutes here. Should have probably done that first before I turn the stream on, but I was like, oh, I wanna go see the charts. Not gonna focus on that till NYC. This already did 3 days. Oil, we're looking for a 3rd day low. Right, we can see it wanted to, but then it turned around. Can we still be looking for an entry? Absolutely. Right, we know that. Okay, we have these zones, right? And this low that broke, boom, right, that high, this low, boom, that high. So we're trading between this high and this low. Last green candle before the push down is here, and the last red candle before the push up is here. Gold, we have 3 days of drop. I'm gonna, well, this one we're looking for rise to go up, so let's take a look. Right, we have this drop which gave us this low, we have this high and this low now. We're pretty much trading between here. Last but not least, Bitcoin. Bitcoin's perfect, man. It's exactly what we needed to see. So, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 pairs in total out of all the other pairs that we had. So, I'll be back, guys. Give me a few minutes. Alright, what's going on, guys? I'm back. So, let's take a look at Euro USD. Right, again, we're looking for price to break out of the range. Right, so, looking good here. AU, right, AU, we're still waiting it out. Right, waiting to see. Does price want to give us the price to the top, or is it going to continue going down? US 30 is going to be one for NYC session. Oil, let's take a look at oil. Right, we have 2 days of drop. We have this high here, which is technically the body. Right, we can see test, 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 test. All these candles are testing. I think we missed the entry on this. Right, the safest entry, which is the one here to here. 10 pips. Right, compared to if we enter now at 24 pips. Right, that's fucking 140% more than if we would take the trade in the best place possible. Right, so with that being said, just gonna wait it out. Right, today is gonna be one of those days, man. I'm not gonna force any trades this week. Right, if we miss the ones that look picture perfect, it is what it is. Right, we'll wait for the next one. Plus, today's a lot of the days where we have the fourth days of drops or rises. So damn, EU, are you just gonna go? Didn't even give us an opportunity to enter. You're just gonna go on down and melt. Thanks, man. Let's see. overall, the thing that sucks is that we know we're trading between the low and the high. Peak high territory. We're on the 4 hour high at this point. The last green candle before the push. We had no continuation. We had 2 days of rise, didn't get the third day. Then we had a day of drop. Then we got a day of rise yesterday. Right? Because the problem is we had this break which gave us this low. And if we're looking at the fact that it didn't give us, like, this isn't really a significant pullback, right? So if we don't mark this, we know that we're trading between this low and this high, right? If that's the case, we want to see we want to see price push down, right? If I was looking at it just like that, I would be looking at this strictly to go down, right? But if we say that we're trading between here and here, right? We had the wick, the top, right? Then we had another break, which is just testing. These are just testing candles, right? But still considered a break in the 30-minute time frame, right? Not a complete break to continue going, just break of structure in the sense of the trading zone that we're in, right? So then we had this break, which gave us the low and the high, and just this low and this high, right? And then we had the high break, which gave us a change of character, higher high, higher low, and then another BOS here. So if I'm looking at it that way, which I really wouldn't like to, because again, this really isn't a significant pullback, and it's an opening candle for the gap, so regardless, it's not really what I want to see. Um, but if I was looking at it like that, I would be looking for this to go up. But if I was looking at this to go down, just the regular, we had this break which gave us the low and the high, and then that high gave us this high and this low, and then that broke and that gave us this high and this low, right? It just makes sense. And the fact that even in the 4 hour, look at this in the 4 hour, we had this break, let's delete this line, which gave us this low, this high, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high. This was the BOS retest after the change of character, so this was perfect. Then it gave us another BOS, and now we can see price right now is just, I wouldn't say rejecting, but it is um failing to break these highs right now. Let's take a look. Nothing on the daily, nothing on the 4 hour. We had a known net. This is a day of rise, I believe. Slight rise. Then we had another day of rise. Today we have another day of rise. In the 4 hour, we have a This is where I want to see start. I want to start seeing price go down or continue to go up. Really depends. Oh, let's look at our gold entry, right? Our gold entry was beautiful. Literally from here, would already be up 10 pips. We would already be up 20 pips on gold. We'll take a look a little bit later. Let me focus on one pair. Right, so Euro USD made the move, right? What we were expecting last night, we had just drawn out. Want to see a break and a retest. So right now, are any of these candles breaking? No. Test, 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 test. Right, this is the only one that's not testing the zone. So if this candle breaks below here in 11 minutes, we'll come back and look at this for an entry. Oh man. Yeah, man, really gold really left us. They were like, all right, man, we'll see you next week. We're not gonna give you this entry opportunity here. It's too good of a spot for you. Damn, man. And literally, like, we woke up fucking 30 minutes too late. If I would have woken up at 5, it would have been here already. Like, oh shit, we're getting back into our zone. And this is where we want to see this, right? 1-2 engulfing green candle, right? Then we're looking for the next candles to just come retest. That's the entry to continue going up. It would have been done for the day, to be honest with you. On a Thursday when we haven't even made a reversal for the week, yeah, I would have been done for the day. That would have been the 20 pips to get me out of the day, to get me out of the trades for the day. So at this point, like I said, I'm just gonna try to focus on one pair. Um, and we'll see what we could do. If anything, we'll be back during NYC. I think that's what I might do, and just focus on later entries. At this point on GJ, right? I know I'm looking for a retest. So at this point, somewhere here, I'm looking for the engulfing candle, right? And we don't have one here. So in the 5 minute, let's go to the 1 minute real quick. Right? Again, I just want to see an engulfing somewhere near where price has to retest, right? Obviously, I don't want to see it in the middle of the trend. I would like to see it more at the bottom, but we're not getting anything. And GJ is a big pair, so looking at it in the 1 minute, not that good of an idea. Um, yeah, nothing here like that. So strictly just looking at market structure, right? Where are we? Right? We know that we're at the top of. So there's a few things to take a look at, right? So I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't mark the zone. I kind of forgot what we were looking for until now. I just took a look at the left. I'm like, oh, where are we? Damn, this is the only one I didn't mark. This is the only I forgot to mark this one. Damn, man. So why is this our sell zone? Just simple, right? We have, damn, man. Might have missed a trade because I wasn't focused on that. So just simple. Green, green, engulfing red at the top of the zone, which also is equivalent to our 30-minute zone, which also equates to our 4-hour zone. That was the entry. Literally right here. 18 pips stop, would have been up already 20 pips again. Hey man, we're chalked today, huh? We're a little slow. We're fucking this all up. It's like I had a good night to sleep last night and I reset my brain. I'm a little slow. All good guys. We'll keep looking, man. We'll eventually, right? Let's look at this in the 1 minute. So now that we know where we're at, right? We had this high and this low and this high. So technically, right, let's just look at this in the 1 minute, because now at this point we know price is gonna end up going down. We already know this is the direction of the trend, and this was the actual trade um that we should have taken. So I'm actually gonna mark this just so we can see it at the end of the day. We'll go over it tomorrow, and it is what it is, right? So 1, 2, 3. We're looking for a retest of the zone from here to here. Right? We ended up being up to here. Let's say we caught it here. Fuck it. Let's say we got it. Exit here at 18 pips. Right? If we wanted to be a little bit more, we would have been in the 1 minute. So if we're in the 1 minute looking at this, we're looking for simple. Right? In the 1 minute, we're looking for a green, green, red at the top, right? So we got one, right? Higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low. Green, green, red. Did the red close below? Yes. Is there a wick? Yes. Perfect. So we know that now our entry in the 1 minute is going to be here. Right? So technically speaking, we could have definitely just taken this here. We could have taken this here. And now what are we looking at? Right? When we compress our charts, right, and we start looking at the internal structure, right? We went from having to risk 16 pips to half to only 8. So 8 pips to, easy shit here. Watch, we'll get an easy 94 pips is STP. So let's look at STP at 94 first, which is here, 962. Right? That's the trade right there. Great rising. Man. That's the trade right there. Let's see. Euro USD in the 30-minute. Perfect. I wanted to see a break below our zone. Right. Test, 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 test. This was the break. Right. We're 3 minutes in. Let's confirm that break with this candle closing below, and then we could get a retest. That'll be perfect. If we can't get a retest, just looking at where can we potentially see a retest at. Just back into the zone. Is there a chance we could get a type 3 pattern? Maybe. We'll see. GJ, yeah, just a quick position going short on GJ. Already put stop losses at break even, cashed out 20 pips. Um, Partials. Shorting everything. Just kind of. I wouldn't say everything, right? So I'll go through it again. So I already closed the ones that gave like the third days and stuff. These are the only ones that are left. Um, so for example, like AU, just waiting to see what it wants to do. At this point, I'm not like really trying to. The only entry that I had from the top of the zone was GJ, right? GJ and if I'm not mistaken, gold, right? Was the only two that I was looking at to enter at the lows. Um, right, we'll go over gold, right? Gold gave a small entry, already would have been cashed out, right? Because like gold at this time, I'm literally just looking for 10, 15 pips, right? But this was the entry for gold, right? Straight to the top, right? Straight just 20 pips in and out. Especially now at 5 o'clock for gold. So that was pretty much it. But I'm just looking for structure. Like overall for the entire move for today, I'm just waiting to see what price wants to do. US 30 just waiting, right? This is pretty much similar to GJ's trade, but we're at the top of the zone, so I'm just waiting, like I said too, right? If we break above the 4, then we could go. If we don't break above, then I'm not really looking for an entry. I just have this placed here, but this would be the same entry as GJ with the same, pretty much the same rules being applied. Um, GJ, right? Shorts. This one looks good so far. And then Euro USD just waiting out to see what it wants to do. Oh yeah, GU. Let me see GU. GU is depends too, right? This was the other one that we had the zone here. Respected it. Ended up going up. Um, was waiting to see if price wanted to break above here. If it wanted to break above the the 30-minute high, but it just tapped it, started going down again. So just keeping an eye on it. Still early. We still have like a good hour left. So there's maybe like 2 minutes before you join. I was like, ah, we'll see if we could catch something now to hold, but everything just doesn't look that good to hold. Another reason is just here, right? We have a change of character. If we're looking at structure where we had this high, right? This broke gave us this high and this low. This low broke, gave us a high, right? This low broke, gave us this high, gave us a change of character, gave us a BOS. So technically, if we're looking at it that way, we'll still be looking for price to go up, right? Let me delete this now since I already put everything at break even in profits. We'll just wait it out. So now at this point, I'm just waiting to see what price wants to do. All right, in the 5-minute, I don't see somewhere here in the break, right? I want to see an engulfing candle, right? A red and a green engulfing, right after the two reds, and I don't see any of that here at the bottom. So we'll just have to keep waiting, and then in the 1-minute, right? This is where I'm really gonna be focusing on what price wants to do, right? We had this break, gave us this low and this high, right? This low after price was consolidating up here, where we got the entry in the 1-minute, which again was just a green red engulfing, the retest of the zone, right? To continue going down, we want to see the change of character, and then we want to see the BOS. So if we could get a BOS of the lows, right after a significant pullback, I'm not even gonna mark that as a low yet, then we could potentially see price continuing to go down. But here in the 1-minute, if I see an engulfing green candle, then that'll be my exit for the entirety of the trade. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this one in the 1-minute. And open up another tab. So here my entry my exit trigger is gonna be an engulfing red candle, or an engulfing green candle. Sorry about that. So two greens, or fuck man, two reds and then a green is what I'd want to cash out. Or I'd see, obviously just change of characters in the internal structure. That'll be pretty much it. And then again, just want to keep an eye on the 30-minute time frame on every other pair. So AU still at the bottom. Euro looking for a little pullback into the zone, waiting to see what it wants to do. Regardless, always just keep a look at the fact we had this break, right, of the high, gave us a change of character with a double bottom here. So at this point, right, we're looking for either price to respect the mid-range. I'm expecting price to either do something like this where it taps, continues to go, or it goes to 50%, continues to go, or we'll be looking for price to break above the high of the day, retest to continue going up, which ultimately is what we want to see price do, right? But understanding that we have this 30-minute gap here, right? Understanding that we have an engulfing candle here that was never tested, right? Price never came back to it. I could see, right, a reality where price goes down, covers the 30-minute gap, goes into our zone, right, and then continues to go up, which again would make sense because we could see right now price is just kind of trapped in the zone from the top to the bottom. So that'll be what I'm looking for on Euro USD. Stop point rise, exactly. Right, we want to see price give us either, you know, type 2, type 3 to go short, but that type 1 going long would be the ideal one, right? Stop point going to the top, which is the same trade as yesterday's. Which one? What pair was it yesterday? Fuck, I don't remember. What pair was it yesterday that had we have it marked here. I just gotta look for it. Yeah, what pair was it? I don't remember. I'll go one by one each pair. GU, GJ, Euro USD was today. What was yesterday's pair? AU? No, it was one of the Euro pairs, 100%. There you go. Stop punt to the low. Then we started getting the chain of characters. Continue to go. Yesterday, this was the best pair by far. Euro AUD. Ugh, man. GU could be a 50-50 trade. Could be as well. Little consolidate, but it didn't really go to the 50%. It went all the way back to the bottom technically, so it didn't really give a clean break either. We're still pretty much trapped in. Pretty fast zone. We'll see how it looks later. It's all good. This is probably a daily zone that I had marked here, right? Yeah, I did. We'll compress it into the 4-hour. Can I see price possibly go down to somewhere down here? Yeah. Also equivalent to the lower time frame. I still have these lines here. This is a lower time frame. Change of character down here for this entry for this day, which was on Friday last week, if I'm not mistaken. To continue, or Thursday? No, I think it was Friday. Yeah, Friday. Yeah, GU and AU is. There you go. Yes, GBP JPY. Okay. Yeah, just gotta wait it out. See what price wants to do. We'll see. So AU is still at the bottom of the day. Euro USD looks like the most prominent one. Keep it on so I'm not lost at where I'm at. 899. It's all good. 898. We'll keep it there. Lower low, lower high, lower low. Again, I'm looking for an engulfing green candle or for a change of character in the 1 minute time frame to cash out of the trade. Just instead of waiting for price to go up to break even, I'll just cash out with what I have left running. Can't see GU ending with a new low since we had a previous 372 to the bottom. There's just a few things, right? Like here's here's a problem with this. Should I short GU? You should wait until there's a confirmation to really tell us what's going on with GU, right? Because GU right now is just consolidating, right? We looked like we wanted to break the high of the day, right? But we know that this isn't a break, it was just testing and then went right back down. The thing with GU that I think we're just overlooking, right, is the gaps in the market, right? Again, I would 100% agree with that, right? We already know after 3 days market must chop or drop, but again, we're looking strictly at trading view, right? Let's look at MT4, right? Gap to start the week, gapped on the second day, technically gapped on the third day, right? With this candle, right? Today was the only day that didn't really gap. The only thing, the other thing to really take in consideration too is 800 EMA, right? We know price wants to respect it. Everything looks good. It is like right now it's confirming. It's not really confirming anything yet, right? Because technically we still haven't gotten right a BOS. We got the change of character today, which was just pushed to the top, which change of character was given by a little wick, right? So even if we want to see it this way, for me to confirm that price is really turning around already on GU, I want to see the break of these highs, right? So that's the number one thing. And the fact that we, again, like I said, we're just testing these highs, I don't really like it. Another thing that I'm looking at, taking into consideration, is that at the bottom of the zone where we want to see these entries, we got red, red, engulfing green candle, and the fact that now we're waiting to see if it wants to disrespect the zone. So now, like, my point of interest that I want to see price respect is gonna be the first red candle, right, that made the push to the bottom side before the engulfing green, and the bottom of that red, right? So if we could respect this zone where price doesn't close below, then obviously we know price is just consolidating, trapping everybody. Now, my next point of interest is going to be this big zone here. Why? Because in the higher time frame, that's just another engulfing an engulfing green candle before the push to the top side, right? We had red, red, green engulfing, closed above the red, right? So then after the green engulfing, right, we had this pull back down in the daily time frame, which with that green candle in the daily time frame, which we just look at it here, is right here. This little move right here. Low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So with that being said, still waiting. This pretty much this 30-minute candle is gonna tell us a lot. If it breaks below, then we know it's gonna go down. If it stays in the same spot, then we still gotta wait. If it continues to go up, then we know it's gonna go up. But end of the day too, what we're seeing here is just price just moving sideways, right? All the EMAs going together, right? We still haven't seen 50 and a 200 cross. Right now we're still above. So when price move is gonna move, that's what we definitely know. Should I short? What's up? Right now we're in a squeeze. Yep, 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 yep. Uh, Notice all EMAs together. 3 o'clock. Yeah. Now we just gotta wait. Literally, there's no entry right now. There's no, if we're looking for an entry right now, there's no entry right now. Any trade you get in right now on GU would just be a trap for terror. Just gotta wait. There's really no confirmation that tells us we're gonna go up yet. So GU still good. EU still at the bottom. EU. All right. Next one I want to take a look at is EU. EU, we have consolidation. Broke out of the consolidation. Broke below the red candle that wasn't touching the zone. Confirmed the break. Now we want to see a retest. Something else I want to take into consideration, I'm going to look into my 1 minute time frames and start looking at these lower high zones. Do we have an engulfing red candle? Right, red, red, green doesn't have a top wick, so I'm not going to mark that as an engulfing. Right, nothing here in the 1 minute. Look at the 5 minute. I'm looking at these lower high zones. Green, green, red wasn't green, green, red. This is the bottom of the zone. I'm just gonna mark this one just to mark it, but I don't like this engulfing here. Why? Because we're just in the middle. We're at the bottom of the zone here. Would like to see them at the top, right? Not here. Here, 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 here. This one here is right at the bottom of the low. Literally right at the break of this lower low, lower high, lower low, right in the middle of the lower low, the lower high. Um, can that be the retest to continue going down? Let's see. US 30, we're just waiting for NYC session. Regardless, in a lower time frame, we have an engulfing up here. So if price could go up here and tap, that's what we have this marked up for. But I'm not. This is not a trade we're in right now. I just have it marked. Oil looking for a third day low. Um, yep. Euro USD GU GJ US 30. Not a bad list. Yeah. Right now, all the ones that you see here with the red flag is what I'm looking for. So AU Euro USD GJ GU sorry GU US 30 and gold. Oil I have it on just because we have a third day of low. Just waiting to see. My initial entry, I want to see price pull back up to the top if we can. If not, then we'll just wait it out. Then gold looking to see it doesn't want to turn around after the 372. Give us a no net or a rise. That's what we're looking for. We would have been a little bit up, a little earlier up for the stream. We would have been able to see this together, but it's all good. Got 9 minutes for GU here. Waiting to see if price wants to disrespect this low. Again, if price disrespects this low, not only are we breaking below, well, testing the consolidation, but we are breaking below that engulfing pattern. So usually whenever we have that break, price will continue going down. Right? I'm expecting, if this low gets broken, right, I'll be expecting price to do something like this. And then somewhere here in this area is where we want to start seeing price turn around. Somewhere here. This could either happen here, it could happen here, it could happen here, it could happen here, it could just happen here. Either way, we're just still gonna have to wait for price to do what it wants to do, and then we'll get in. You trade after the news. It depends, right? If there's room left for us to trade, if there's STP or ADR, then usually yeah, I'll trade after news. Um, but on a regular day, I don't like trading 15 minutes after or before news usually. So if I'm not in a trade 15-20 minutes before news, then I don't trade until after the fact. But yeah, is there news today? I know I looked yesterday, but I kind of forgot. I'll tell you that sleep I had last night kind of just reset my brain. 8:30 USD news exactly. So um, I know there's 8:30. I kind of took it off early. I know there's Powell speaking today, right? Yeah, 2 p.m. So is today gonna be a slow day? It could be until 2 p.m. So we'll be looking. Will I be looking to trade after during 2 p.m.? I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, make sure you join the Discord. The link is in the chat. Let me know if you need it. We'll link it again. Really depends. After these trades in this morning, I might call it a day. I'm not gonna trade. I'm definitely not gonna trade 2 p.m. news. That's 100% sure. Um, but trading NYC too, I might just wait. Might just call it a day after these trades hit TP. For GJ at this point, I'm looking to either again, I'm either looking to hold for full STP or I'm looking to cash out somewhere here now at the low. We're already up 50 pips, so the reason I'm looking for it because if price rejects the low the same way it rejects breaking the highs, then we know price is just gonna be in this little range from the top to the bottom. So at this point again, I just want to look at the 1 minute time frame and start looking for my exits. At this point, right, pretty much I'm at 50 pips, so technically we could already just cash out. That's why what I'm gonna do. Fuck it, we out. That's it. So good trade today. Let's take a screenshot real quick. 289. Don't matter. It's 1 pip away. Okay. So let's remark this. Let me delete all these squares and shit too here. So we're not confused. So we know that we're still trading between, again, if we're looking at it this way, right, we know that we're still trading between the last red candle before the push up, which is where we want to see price turn around now, right, and this high. So even if we were trading this way, we were just trading the highs, look how many times it gave us an opportunity to answer before going down. So again, you don't have to know, if you're not comfortable using fibs, you don't have to use the fibs. If you're not comfortable using candlestick patterns, you don't have to use candlestick patterns. Where's the Discord? I got you. I'll post it in the chat now. You just gotta find the strategy that works for you and whatever you feel comfortable with, right? So just link the cord in the chat. So that's all this game is, man. So and now that we know we're here at this bottom of the zone, right, here's where we could go down to a lower time frame again and do the same thing, literally the same thing we did here at the top to catch these trades at the top. We could do the same thing to catch trades going to the top, from the bottom to the top. Regardless, right, we still want to keep an eye on the 1 minute time frame, knowing that we had a change of character happen here, right? Can this be lower low, lower high BOS? At this point we're looking for price to retest to continue going down. It could be, right? Could it be the fake out to make everybody believe we're still going to go down and we're just using the bottom of the zone as a fake out, as a trap zone? We could be, right? But this is why we're looking for these confirmations. So now here at the bottom of the zone, right, what am I looking for? At the left side of my screen, I want to see an engulfing green candle, right? A red, red, green. Am I seeing that anywhere? Not really, right? I'm not seeing any of those candles here at the bottom. A red, red, green, nothing, 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 nothing. So here at this point, there's no strong indication telling me like, hey, price might turn around here. So well, actually, hold on, I missed it. We have did I miss it? Is my eyes playing tricks on me? No, it's here. Right, red, red, green. You can notice this green candle doesn't have a bottom wick and it didn't close above the wick, the red wick, the first wick. So this isn't a strong zone for me. So now that we see that, right, we're looking for that to happen here somewhere. Right, we have red, red, green. This green candle doesn't have a bottom wick. So even if this candle closes above, I don't want to use this candle as an engulfing because it doesn't have a bottom wick. Post this chat in the Discord real quick. The chart. What strategy? What strategy to use? Say this a lot. So it's really not. It's not one strategy. Just one strategy. There's multiple strategies that I use. For extra. Fuck, I forgot. Keep it in this 1 minute. Hold on, my bad. Give me 1 second. One second, let's break this down. Right, red, red, green. Is this green engulfing? Am I gonna use this as a entry point? No. Why? Because there's no bottom wick. So we're still waiting. Um, so the strategy, it's not just one strategy, right? So the basis of it is market structure, right? That's number one. Is following where is price moving to. Overall market makers pattern, right? Um, Pretty much we don't call it support and resistance, right? But our 30-minute zones, our 4-hour zones, daily zones, they're pretty much the same thing. Me personally, right? I don't. Again, some people call it FVG, right? Fair value gaps, right? But other people call it imbalances, which is what I see it as. I see it as an imbalance, but they're all the same. So like, what I don't use one singular strategy. I have one main strategy that I was able to just add more and more confirmations to. So in total, I probably use around I use like 5 different strategies, right? If we see, for example, people who trade patterns, right? Just strictly patterns. So that's like the type ones, type two, type three patterns. That's the flag post patterns, the bearish or bullish flag post patterns. I use also the Fibonacci retracements, the 32.8s, the 50%, the 23.6. It depends on how market is moving, right? So for example, on a trade like this, right, where price is just trending up, we know that we could grab our fib, right? And we know that we're looking for price to respect 23.6 and the 38.2. So if we put this fib from this low to this high and we're looking for price to go long, we're looking for price to respect what? The 23.6 and the 38.2, right? So did price respect that? It did. Did it go into our 30-minute zone at one point? It did, and continued to go up, right? So, which is just the retest of the change of character, right? So it's not one singular strategy, as I said. It's just multiple strategies that need to follow every single rule. So like if there's one rule that's not being followed, for example, right? What was the rule that wasn't being followed here with the engulfing, right? With the pattern of the candles, right? Was that this green candle, yes, even though it was an engulfing green candle that closed above these two red, it was a green candle that doesn't have a top or a bottom wick, right? So the possibilities of this trade working out, even though it's in our 30-minute zone, is less possibility than a trade that has a green candle with a top and a bottom wick, right? And that's the biggest difference between us and everybody else, right? Everybody else, they would be taking this trade, which is what separates us between everybody else. Is that we truly understand, like, we have rules that we need to follow, even though this looks perfect, even though it looks like, we're in our 30-minute zone. The only thing that the rule's not following is that green candle doesn't have a bottom or a top wick. So if you entered this trade here going long thinking price is going to go up, right now you're just in drawdown, right? And technically you should already be out of the trade because your stop loss was hit if you're using the correct stop loss for this trade. So keep this in the 1 minute here, go to the 30 here, just look at every other pair. So AU again, right? AU at this point, I don't want to even look at AU. Why? We are disrespecting the 800 EMA price, right? We already had 3 days of drop. We know that today we're not really looking for a drop, we're either looking for a known error rise. But the fact that we broke below the low of the day already, the fact that we have a change of character and a BOS, and we just broke another low below the 800 EMA, and it was a pretty strong red candle, I'm gonna turn AU off for now. Just for now, we'll come back to it during NYC where that news that comes in. Euro USD is still good, right? Technically, I want to see price pull back up, right, to give us an entry up here somewhere to then go down. GJ, we know where we're at. GU, right? GU, as I said, right? We same as Euro USD, we broke below the zone. So at this point still, because we did have this change of character and we're still technically trading between now this low and this high, we need to see price now pretty much give us a complete turnaround, because here we're still giving low, lower high, well, at this point, never mind, we're still lower lows and lower highs, but we did tap this high here. So we'd like to see price now disrespect this zone here at the bottom, which is the last red candle, and continue to drive down here, or we would like to see price not break those lows, right? Respect these lows, and what we're looking for here at the bottom here, we want to see this happening here somewhere. So pretty much we want to see this structure that we saw here on at the end of the day yesterday to happen here. Now, do I think that's gonna happen? No, I don't think so. I definitely think we're gonna drive down today. There's too many gaps in the market too. Remember, we definitely just gotta keep an eye on that. And again, that's why I still use MT4 on the side, right? Yeah, I love that trading view looks, the candlesticks and everything looks good. The actual platform is fire, but if we can't see something simple as just gaps in the market, which we understand it's such a big deal for us, especially since we trade, what we trade, it's just it'll be detrimental for us to not, you know, to not be looking at MT4 and keeping the same rules that we've always applied. You know what I mean? So US 30 again, just keeping an eye on it. Not US 30, US oil and gold. They're not ones that I want to trade until after NYC. The reason we're not trading gold until after NYC now, anyways, because we missed the initial entry. We woke up a little bit too late for that. And the initial entry was just given. After we know that this was our 30-minute low, we go to the 1 minute and we're looking for the same thing. Right, we're looking for that engulfing candle, broke above, has a top wick. Right after it broke out, it gave us the retest to continue going to the top side. Everything else that happens after that is just too much noise, right? And at this point, again, understanding that we have news coming in an hour and a half, I'm not gonna risk taking any trades now at this point. I would rather wait until our highs and lows are set, and then during NYC, once we see that price fails to break either direction, that'll give us our confirmation. Because again, right now we have news at 2 p.m. We have news at 8:15 in the morning, so we know the market is just trying to trap everybody and get everybody out of trades. With that being said, honestly, I'm just kind of going back and forth from every single pair. It's not that it looks bad, is that I'm not gonna be babysitting trades today. Alright, volume, I'm not really expecting volume to be so crazy today until after. We might not even get anything during NYC because we have that dude speaking at 2 p.m. today. And usually, if we could go back test real quick and go look at the days where he's speaking at 2-3 p.m. usually is the days that NYC session is just super slow. It's not going to give us a complete move, or traders are just being trapped. But again, I spoke about this on, I think, Friday last week. Pretty much just talking about the fact that all these pairs are either at the top or at the bottom of their zones. And the pairs that aren't either at the top or the bottom of their zones, they're in the middle. So this week is one of those weeks where, again, me personally, I don't mind missing trades because I know this is just at the top. Right now, some of us would be like, oh, we catch it at the top, we know we could hold it, right? For sure, there's no doubt, right? But if we could catch a continuation, I'm cool with a continuation trade as well. It's all the same thing to me, man. Just looking at the pips, right? Pips wise, we're all catching the same shit. So if we miss a trade today, if we miss a trade tomorrow, we know that we'll always be able to catch it back in the next trading days anyway, so it's no pressure. We already caught one trade today, so if we only catch one trade today, then it is what it is. So I'm gonna take one more look around all these pairs at like 7 in the morning, and then we'll see what I do. So we'll finish off this trade here, just looking at it. So now we see prices slowing down, right? But granted, it's warranted here in the 30-minute zone. We know price wants to slow down here. And again, we're looking for the engulfing candle. So if we see a red, red, green, we know we want to start staying out of the trade. So here, right, we have red, red, green engulfing candle. So at this point, red, red, green engulfing, right? We want to see price respect this low here. Change this to another color. Usually I stream about 6 to 8 hours. I usually turn the stream on at 4 in the morning until 10:30ish, 10:11 a.m. But since today we have news, it might be a little bit shorter. I might only stream until after, or I might only stream till NYC sessions, so probably until 9:30. 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'll probably just turn the stream off then. Or if we have news now at 8:15. If I don't really see anything, something else we'll calculate. We'll do that right now is STP. Right. Let's see how much these pairs have left to move. So Euro USD is 52. Did 34. GJ is 94. We're still missing a few other pips. It did like 60. Oh no, it did 50. We just cashed out 50. Same with GU. GU is 62. It did 51. Right. So that's another thing to take into consideration. If these pairs did STP by the time NYC comes around, then I'm not gonna even be trading it. And then these three are good still. It's gold, oil, and US30. Like for example, GU is almost done. Right, but GU's again, it's one of those pairs where we don't want to see this continuing to drive down. We want to see price pull up. But if STP is done, I'm not gonna be entertaining it. You know what I mean? So pretty much, I mean, looking at it just from now, just looking how price looks now, it looks like we might be done a little bit early. Where can I learn your concept? We stream every single day, so we have that Discord if you joined already. We stream every single day. In the mornings we do our live trading sessions. At 7 p.m. we do our pretty much our isolation class where we go over the pairs, what they do, and then every Sunday at 9 in the morning we also do a little live session as well. So stick around, you'll learn something, man. Usually we'll have some people here in the mornings. Today's kind of slow. Nobody's really in here chatting it up, but it's all good. Today's gonna be one of those slow days. So, like I said earlier, this might be. I'm just gonna keep a look at GJ for now, waiting to see what it wants to do. But for the most part, we might be. Where? Think we done? Yeah. Me too. Might take a look at it one more time after NYC. But for the most part, yeah, no, this is it's pretty much done for the day. But yeah, man, if we do one-on-one classes too. Me and Easy in the chat. If you wanna, once you go into our Discord, you'll see it. We have a section there where you could request, the one-on-ones and all that. So, Euro USD, let's look at it. Yeah, Euro USD is definitely the one I'm gonna keep an eye on for NYC. Just even with STP, even knowing with the news coming in, we'll have some more volume. I just want to see something get confirmed. You know what I mean? If we don't get, like, let's say price goes up, right? If we don't get these buys from the low, my confirmation to get into this trade is just gonna be the high of the day. But again, it depends on what STP is, right? Because if it already did 70 pips, I'm not gonna get it on a trade. If it did 50 or 48 and is missing a few pips, we know that price is gonna wanna go up, and we know that our zone is gonna be that daily or that 4-hour zone at the top, right? But if we could say that about Euro USD, we could say the same about GU, right? But it's all lining up the same. It's literally just a waiting game. Who has more patience than the other person? And we could see price here on GJ is respecting these lows as well. So 20 pips below Asian consolidation. Yep. It's perfect. It should just keep going down and down. The one-on-one, yes, the one-on-one is free for now. Right, so now here in GJ, right, at one point we had the change of character, the break of structure. We're looking for a BOS retest, right? But now we have the high, right, and this low. Now we can see that this low, right, was already broken here. So, can we expect price to continue going short? Absolutely. So yeah, this is pretty much it for us today, guys. Quick 50 pips on GJ today, from literally just straight from the top to the bottom. Everything else, man, I'm not gonna be chasing any trades, man. It's all good. Right, again, like we were saying, right? If we go look, and we'll do that right now. Each pair one on one. We go by one. Each pair is either at the top of their zones or at their bottoms, and then the ones that aren't at the top or at the bottom, it's literally just in the middle. Right? So AU's at the top, EU's in the middle, GJ's at the top, GU's in the middle at this point. US 30 at the top. So I'm not really trading that. USD CAD was at the bottom, right? We started the continuation, but we already have 3 days of rise. So then oil, and then gold, right? We were at the top, right? From the top, we gave the continuations to the bottom, and now we already have 3 days of drop as well on this one. So every pair is where it needs to be. It's just it's not in the best places to start looking for trades. So with that being the case, we're just going to go ahead and call it a stream, and we'll be live. If I see something, I'll put it in the Discord and I'll post it. But for the most part, I'm done for the day. there's really nothing left for me to hold on to, or to be like, oh yeah, we could potentially get this. Like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of things I could say that we could be, oh, we could get a potential entry here, here, and here. Right? We have an hour until the first set of news comes in. Then we have another 2.5 hours until NYC open. So everything, like all the moves that we're looking for example, like for Euro USD, the best entry is gonna be what it looks like, right? Based on what it's doing right now, it looks like this might just turn around, be a type 1 pattern, right? And then this is where it's gonna turn around and start going up, right? That's one thing that I could see. But again, before I see price turn around, I would love for it to cover the gap. So is there a potential that this could give us a type 1 and go up? Absolutely, right? But the possibilities of that happening, just the way I see the market, how market is just moving right now, I don't really see that happening. Now, if they do end up going up first before this, they cover this 30-minute gap, understand that at one point in time, the market has to come back down and cover that. And again, based on where we are in the market itself, I don't think we'll leave a 30-minute gap at the safety trade at the bottom of consolidation, right? Because once we leave this area and price starts trending up to the top, price isn't going to come back down to here until we complete the pattern, right? So I don't know. I don't know. This is, like I said, pretty much when we're just looking at the market like this, and we have to really just ask ourselves, what are we doing? Right? When we have to ask ourselves, what are we doing? What are we looking at? Where is price gonna go? We already know we're in it to get fucked. Literally, not to fuck, to be fucked, and that's what I don't really fuck with that. So, um, that being the case, the fact that we even got a change of character might just be another, yeah, we're gonna mess you guys up. You see higher highs and higher lows. Get in those buys now, right? You see a double bottom with the retest. You better get in now, going long, right? That's what the market makers are telling us. So I'm not gonna fall for their tricks. So we're just gonna, like I said, we're just gonna skip it out. Caught the trade we wanted to catch today anyway. So if you see these pairs going into their zones, if you have a good opportunity to enter, then 100% by all means go and execute. But if you need to start asking yourself like, all right, what are we doing? Where are we going? What is price gonna decide to do? Like, yeah, I'm not gonna gamble with my cash today. I don't feel like gambling today. Sorry, yeah, if you guys don't have any silly rabbit tricks over kids, yes sir. If you guys have any other questions, any other pairs you guys want me to go over, just let me know. I'll keep the stream on for another till 7 for another 9 minutes. Um if you guys don't have any other pairs that you want me to go over, then I'll just turn it off and we'll be back. Either later today during NYC session if there's anything else. If not, then we'll just see you guys tonight. Today's Thursday, right? Yeah. We'll see you guys tonight for the isolation class. You trade indexes? Yes, I do. US 30, S&P, NAS. But what I was saying about US 30, we're at the top of the zone. So for me, there's no trade zone here until we either break above or we start trending below. At this point, I do have a zone of interest. It's either price respecting the high of the day or respecting the low, right? If we respect the low, then we know price is going to continue going up. If we don't break above the high of the day, by the time 9:30 comes around, then we know by 9:45, 10 o'clock, we want to start seeing price go down, which is pretty much like the same situation with GJ going for these longs, right? Once I saw that, okay, we have an engulfing pattern here, top wick with the red candle, it engulfed, broke down. I wanted to see price break this high, right? Once we saw that, okay, we had the accelerated green candles, we closed below, we started getting red candles, right? That's when we start going to the 1 minute time frame and look for those entries going short. So it's pretty much the same thing here on US 30, right? Once we go up to the top, if I see a change of character BOS in a lower time frame, we could get in. Same thing for the bottom. If we could go to the bottom and we get a change of character BOS to the top side, then we could get in going long. But for the most part, S&P, NAS, US 30 are all pretty much in the same exact vicinity, right? Which is again the high of the day to the low of the day. or their high of their session to the low of the session. So with that being said, if you want us to do a breakdown, right, like going into the daily US 30, right? Right now we're in the middle of, well, you could say the top of what we thought the first zone was. So I would still like to say we're in peak high territory. If we're not, then we're looking for price to go down. We are in A1. Price, hide this shit. I gotta fix my folders again. Right, in the daily time frame, we're trading between this low and this high, where price is still making higher highs and higher lows. And this is just the pullback, right? For now, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Again, this is all internal structure because our real zones is from this low to this high, right? And we can see that price here now turned around, wants to turn around and give us a higher high, right? But right now, price is just testing the zone. In the 4 hour, right, we can see at one point we're making lower lows and lower highs. Then here we went lower low, lower high, lower low. And then again, doing the same thing that we're doing in the daily time frame here in the 4 hour, we could just see it a lot more clear where price is just testing, right? None of these candles have broken this zone yet, right? All of these candles are still testing, 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 right? These green candles here, they're both testing, they're both still on the zone. So now going into 30, understanding that there's so many candles up here that have failed to break this high, we know that we're trading in between this range, right? From the top to the bottom, right? So with that being said, we had this break here, it was this low, boom. So literally we're trading between this high and this low. When you come back to stream today, if I don't turn it on again during the NYC session, so like 9 a.m., 9:30, so in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, then we'll be live again at 7 p.m. Eastern time. But we'll be live on the Vice channel. So I'll link it here in the chat, but also if you want to see it in the Discord, the links are always going to be posted in the Discord. So if you go into our Discord and you go to the announcement page, you'll see the Vice channel, which will be, you'll see all the links posted at 6:50, 6:40, 7 p.m. That's going to be the class for tonight. So just click on that. If you go to the announcement on Discord, you click on that link and just make sure you subscribe to that page and wait for us tonight. We'll be there. This will also be, the link is in the chat as well. right? At this point, let's still got a few minutes, right? Let's do a little breakdown, right? At this point, I want to see price. Let's take a look at what price is doing, right? At this point, price is respecting the low of the day. Right, so I'm gonna change this to a line, just a straight line, so I'm not confused, right? Let's go down to a lower time frame. Right, again, now at this point that we know that this is our low of the day. Let's change the line again to green. Well, no, to red, but no, because there's a red zone. Let's change it to green. Right, somewhere here, again, in the 1 minute time frame, I want to see an engulfing candle. Right, again, we already know that these engulfing candles I'm not going to use, right, because they're already disrespected, price went below. So now I'm looking at them here. So red, red, green, nothing, red, red, green, nothing, red, red, green, nothing. So here in the 5 minutes, same thing. You have red, red, nothing, no engulfing. Right, no engulfing, no engulfing. So at this point, it's literally just looking for structure. So now we know that we're trading between this low, right? This low broke the 1 minute time frame. Give us this high and this low. I might not even turn the stream off, to be honest. We might just keep fucking lurking and just watching this. Why? Because now let's look at the 30 again. Understanding that we're at the low of the day. If by this time 7 a.m. price decides to respect the low of the day, we already know where price wants to go. We already know price is going to want to go back up. So if that's the case, again here in the 1 minute, if we start trending above the high of the day, which is the green line, and we get a change of character and a BOS, we could always get in those trades risk free. Risk free. So we'll keep an eye on that. Do we have any other pair that's close to the high of the day, low of the day? Alright, AU already broke the low, so I'm going to turn that off. CHF JPY is at the high of the day and is just testing. This is a pair that we want to see price go up. So I'm just going to keep turning that off. EuroCAD, we made the low of the day, we made the push. Alright, so we're done with that. Euro USD still could look at. We'll probably just set that low for the day. GU is at the low, so we're going to keep looking at that. Or GJ is at the low. GU is doing the same thing as Euro USD. US 30, we set the high for London session and the low, so we have a zone for NYC. Oil, we're looking for a new low to be made. We made a high for Asia London, and we have our low for Asia, and we have our high for London. So we already know what we're looking for. Now, in this case, we would go back down to the 5 minute time frame. You go to the 1 minute time frame. Now the 1 minute on oil is gonna be it's too much gaps, too many gaps. So gotta keep looking. And then gold, we made the low of the day during the London session. So we have London lows, Asia highs. So we know now our range for NYC. Ronald was good, my brother. What did you say you wanted to see happen on GJ? I wanted it to respect the low. So pretty much here in the 30-minute time frame, right, which is going to be the time frame I want to look where price respects. If price ends up, so if you see this is our low of the day. Oh shit. Right? At this point, looking at the candle closures, I'm not looking at the wicks, just looking at where the candles closed, right? This is our low of the day. Right? If price ends up closing below, then our entry going long is invalid, right? Because we're still trading between this high broke, so our 30-minute, right? Since this high broke, we're trading between this low, right, and this high. But you could see already that this 1 minute candle, this green candle, technically already broke through. So now we have a change of character going short where we're trading between this break and this high, right? So I'm just using another line of defense, which is just a 30-minute time frame, right? Waiting to see what this candle wants to do. Obviously, if price now ends up just melting, then it'll be disrespected already. So we want to see we want to see this structure being held up. We want to see these lows being respected, and we want to see these highs break already. I have to take a piss. I'll be right back, guys. Give me a minute. All right, I'm back. Yeah, make sure you guys join the Discord, man. A lot of information in there, a lot of free information in there. Everything is free for now. So make sure if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys join our Discord. If you guys have any problems with actually being able to verify your account or something like that, let us know. We'll be able to drag you guys into the channel manually. Again, if you guys have any other pairs that you guys want me to go over, let me know, and we will do that. Alright, so in this case already, you can see GJ does not want to respect these lows. So that's it. This is pretty much done for us, right? GJ is perfect, right? It gave us what it needed to do for the day. And we know that we're still trading between these lows and these highs, but we also understand that the low of the day was disrespected, right? We do want to see a candle closure nonetheless, so we still want to wait for that candle closure. But when we're speaking about the 1 minute entry and the 30-minute entry here at the low, technically we already got a change of character, because we had this break which gave us this low broke which gave us this high, and whatever low is set. So technically speaking, this trade for me already, for a potential pullback to the top side, is already invalid for me, right? We already knew the trade for the day for this was going short from the top to the bottom. We secured our 52 pips in total, and that's it, right? So GJ, I'm officially going to turn GJ off. Not going to be looking at GJ anymore. GU, on the other hand, right, we already know it's the same shit, right? So whenever they move, they're going to move together, right? Let's just make sure we don't overlook that, right? When GJ and GU both move together overall. So whenever they decide they want to start moving, that's when they're going to start moving. So yeah, GU, I'm gonna just keep on the easy trades for the day, which is just waiting for either the highs or the lows of the day to be broken. Euro USD already broke the low, right? But we could see again potential, either we could do a type 1, type 2, or type 3 pattern at this point. In this case, again, we're stuck here, right? Do we want to see price retest back into the zone? Would we like to see a retest here? That's what I'm looking for. So now here in the 1 minute, now that we're getting close to our zone of interest to get into shorts, this is where I want to start seeing price turn around. I'm doing the same thing again. Do we have an engulfing candle? If so, where? Start looking from the top to the bottom. Green, green, red. Green, green, red. Now, the green, green, red, I don't like it. No top wick, right? And these are also two, wicks of green candles. They don't have their bodies, right? What are these candles called? The evening stars, right? So then again, green, green, red, nothing. So even if we're looking at this in the 1 minute time frame, right? At one point we're trading between this break gave us this high, right? Then this break gave us this high, then this break gave us this high, gave us this low. This high broke, gave us this high. This low broke, gave us a high and this low. So we're trading now from here right to the bottom, and then here's where we want to see the same thing: green, green, red engulfing, right? To then see a potential short. Now again, why I don't like this red engulfing, because it didn't close below the entirety of the first wick here. Again, we're basing this entry off the 1 minute time frame, because in the 1 minute, again, we're just waiting for price to give us a confirmation. At one point you thought this was a change of character, right? Then this change of character happened here, then gave us this high, and this low. the entry. Just keep looking. The doji candle, yeah, doji candle. Not the evening star. Right, so then here we have the engulfing candle. Right, but again, this engulfing red candle wasn't a complete engulfing. And again, the reason for that is because, as you can see, that red candle didn't close below. So how many pips from here to here? It's 40 pips. So let's see. Ahora mismo. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. My bad, guys. internal structure, we have low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Up here we have 1, 2, right? We said 1, 2, 3, but again, this isn't an engulfing because it didn't close lower than the green, right? We had 1, 2, 3 engulfing, it closed right on it, so it's still not a. This is not a confirmed engulfing either, right? And in the 1 minute, the people who trade 1 minute time frame, they think this is a double top. This is the break of that double top, and this is the retest to continue going short. But we're still respecting the internal break of this low here. So until we don't break this low, we're still confirmed in the higher high, higher low, higher high area. Um, guys, give me a few minutes. Let me take care of these cats real quick, feed them, and then I'll be back. Give me like 5 minutes, probably less. Be right back. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. It's really like I said, really nothing on my side, right? So I'm just gonna call it a day. It is what it is. We'll be back, like I said, either later, a little bit later during NYC session, or just later tonight for the isolation class. I'll be doing the isolation class today. Yo, I forgot today's the 9th already. Fact. So yeah, we'll be back later tonight. So I appreciate y'all. We'll be back during the isolation class. So if you guys if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys join our Discord, and that's where we'll have all our live updates. So appreciate y'all. See you guys later. Peace out.